my fellow fighters and the people of the world. Shout out to Sizwe Dlomo for speaking fact, for speaking the truth, for enlightening and explaining this issue of all these bigger guys, wannabes in this society we live in South Africa, using Julius Malema's name. Shout out to Sizwe Dlomo for exposing them and also explaining this issue of why Julius Malema is so eager to want General Mkhwanazi to come so bad. It's not because he's threatened by General Mkhwanazi. And shout out to Sizwe Dlomo for addressing Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and telling the world that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, whatever he's talking about, he does not know what he's talking about, because these people, their hatred for Julius Malema has clouded their judgment, and it's now showing. Now they're not hiding it anymore. But guys, I want you to listen to Sizwe Dlomo speak fact.
And I've got to say, a lot of this has been politicized, because people are now saying, okay, why is Julius going after Mkhwanazi? But if you listen to what he had to say yesterday, it's a pity I can't play it for you. He's not necessarily going after Mkhwanazi. What he's fighting for is the legitimacy of the ad hoc committee, right? Because he's saying, guys, let's say we get another witness now, Esenzo Mtunu, maybe, to rebut the allegations that have been made, right? Or Smia to rebut the allegations that have been made. What are they rebutting? Because these allegations have not been made under oath. We can't go with hearsay, and we definitely can't go with anything that was just said in public. And he's 100% correct with that. Now, some people, including Ndlozi, who was former EFF member himself, came out and said, yes, but Mkhwanazi did appear in Parliament back in April, and he told these guys these things. And that's true. He did appear in Parliament. But that wasn't in front of the ad hoc committee. And that's a very different thing. The ad hoc committee was formed specifically for this purpose now, because they need to investigate if even Parliament themselves failed in holding anybody to account, right? Because if it's found that Parliament had access to information and they did nothing about it, then Parliament must take corrective measures to ensure that this doesn't happen in the future, right? Now, you can't use the first appearance for that, right? Likewise, you may ask, okay, the Madlanga Commission, why was that delayed? We've spoken about why it was delayed, but the fact that it was now delayed will lead this committee to be delayed in their own work. So do you see how there's a knock-on effect and everything just gets kicked down the road?
Yeah.
I believe that Julius Malema is correct when he says he must come Mkhwanazi. Come hell or high water. By the way, if somebody refuses to come to a committee or a commission, you can subpoena them.
Section 84, yeah.
100%. Now that forces you to appear. So when Jacob Zuma went to jail, it's because he was asked to come to the commission, albeit a different commission. He chose not to. They told him, bro, here's a subpoena, you need to appear. He still chose not to. And that's against the law. Wakhala Parat.
Shout out to Sizwe Dlomo, man. If it wasn't for Sizwe Dlomo to speak like this, many of the people would be still lost in the sauce, because somehow their favorite YouTubers, they're also perpetuating this lie that Julius Malema somehow hates Mkhwanazi. Everywhere they go, they see someone big, some big politician or maybe some members of parliament representing MK party lying about this whole thing. Hey, Julius Malema is hiding something, is scared of Mkhwanazi. No, that's not it. And shout out to Sizwe Dlomo for telling the world that Ndlozi is lying, speaking in Tongayazi, some weak link. Ndlozi is a weak link, guys. Ngathi manje sengiyabona. I respect Ndlozi, but now Trina's exposure in a way, and it seems like when we address him, it's gonna seem like we are hateful. But we're gonna address him. We're not gonna be scared of him. But when he does something we like, something that is impressive, we're gonna appreciate him for that. But now it's like, nah, he's being a weak link now. Okay, cool. Ndlozi lied to the public. He said Mkhwanazi went to parliament, and the same members of parliament today who have started the ad hoc committee, they are the ones now busy running around and looking for a moment to become bigger people in the society, using the ad hoc committee and using this guy and using Mkhwanazi. They want Mkhwanazi to come so bad and testify in the ad hoc committee, but Mkhwanazi has already testified in parliament. So Sizwe Dlomo explaining it very proper, with proper explanation, proper English, is telling the world that no, Ndlozi is wrong, because there's a difference between the other committee and the portfolio committee of police. It's two different entities created to accomplish two different outcomes. So Ndlozi ukhuluma into angayazi. The same way Ndlozi and all these other people are speaking in parallel, ngathi this thing is paid. All of them, they're speaking in parallel. MK Party members of parliament, these Twitter influencers, YouTube influencers, and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You must pay attention to these guys. That's where you'll notice the pattern of a paid smear campaign. All they say is that, but Mkhwanazi has already appeared in parliament and these members of parliament didn't do anything about it. They all say that. But his other committee, the portfolio committee of police, is not. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, being a guy who has been in parliament for 10 years, you should have known that. You should have had a better explanation. But because, okay, his low-key hatred for Julius Malema has clouded his judgment. Now even the doctor of society can't even explain simple things to the public. Imagine if it wasn't for me. Many of the people who watch here, they wouldn't even know the difference between the other committee. I had to explain it to you guys yesterday. Because many of you guys, you keep on saying the same thing. Hey, Mkhwanazi appeared in parliament. Mkhwanazi appeared in parliament. They didn't do anything about it. It didn't appear in the other committee. The other committee was created because of Mkhwanazi. The portfolio committee of police is not about Mkhwanazi. It's about the police department, everything that comes with the police department. And the other committee is about the Mkhwanazi. Anything that has to do with Mkhwanazi, that's what they're all about. And Sizwe is right. Mkhwanazi has to come to the other committee so they can get, so he can speak under oath. He's very right. Sizwe is very right. Mkhwanazi has to come so he can speak under oath. They can't use a public statement that he has given in public to as fact, because in public, that's not how the law works. In public, you spoke, but you have to go and testify under oath, where everything you say can be used against you and can be used against the people you wanted to be used against. So in public, it was just a statement said. And also they say it's not binding when it goes to Madlanga Commission. So it's not binding. Whatever he says there, it doesn't make sense. It can't even change society. It can't even change anything. But the other committee is the one that has concrete powers, whereby if Mkhwanazi implicates someone, they can act on that. They can subpoena that person to come also encounter the attack, or maybe defend himself, or maybe confess whatever Mkhwanazi is gonna be saying. So I don't get this paid, Yazin, a paid smear campaign. If you wanna notice it, people from different like politicians, they now start speaking like Twitter influencers. That's how you're gonna know it's a paid smear campaign. They all say the same thing. It started with Twitter influencers. Now Ndlozi, they're following the bandwagon. Now members of parliament representing the MK party, they're following the bandwagon. Like some Twitter influencers. Come on, guys. Why are you so scared for Mkhwanazi to go there in the other committee? Why are you so scared? Who are you trying to protect so much? Because we know it's not in good faith, this thing of you guys telling the world that Mkhwanazi can only go to Madlanga Commission. Nobody believes in a commission. You yourself, you guys don't believe in a commission. So I don't think this is about the commission. You guys are trying to protect someone. But it is what it is. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.